I know you guys heard of Phoenix Flexing, the viral artist who basically made a whole song using AI. Well, it turns out that his AI is probably the best AI in the AI music race. So hello and welcome to BusyWorks Beats. .com. I need you guys to smash that like button. If you don't know me, I'm Game from BusyWorksBeats.com. We train over 1 million producers around the world. Some have gone to work with Drake, Kanye West, Post Malone, Ariana Grande, French Montana, Young Thug, Polo G, Trippie Redd, J. Cole, Kendrick Lamar, Glorilla. We have 3 confirmed Grammy winners and multi-platinum plaque winning producers. So in this video, what we're going to do is compare between Treblo, which is the one that Phoenix Flexin has been using accordingly, or assuming, whatever the word is, apparently, and versus Suno versus Google Flow Music. Now, my previous judgment was that Google Flow had the best sonics, Suno had the best song ability, but in my personal opinion, I think Treblo has both sonics and song ability. Even if it's not as sonically rich as Google Flow, it still just feels like a real song. Okay, so we're gonna go to create mode, and let's start off with our first test, which is 1970s, very specific black soul female singer, and then we're going to say introspective. We're not going to give it any lyrics because the whole point of this test is to see how cheesy the lyrics are by the AI. So let's hit generate on Treblo. Now this used to be called Sonato. So the reason I didn't think to even check out what Phoenix Flex was doing is because it was previously called Sonato. I didn't know they had a name change. Okay, so it turns out they're on version 3 now instead of version 2.2. So version 2.2 sounded good. It just felt very concatenated and it felt kind of empty in terms of sonics. But now version 3 sounds very full and very rich. So here's 1970s Black Soul from Treblo with a female singer. Now I want you guys to listen to the songwriting skills.
Morning light through dusted lines. I trace the patterns on my hand, wondering where the time has gone.
Like, bro, this sounds like an actual song.
And who I am.
And
all these years
I want to make a couple comments. Sorry to cut it off, but the vocals sound super authentic to the era. The music, the actual background instruments are not just like filtered mess. It actually sounds like background instruments. It sounds authentic to the era, and it feels like a song. The songwriting and lyrics sounds like an actual song.
Giving in to what they said out of me.
I don't know if y'all caught that, but she said to what? She didn't say to what. She said to what? Let me run that back. Catch that.
To what they said out of me.
I don't know. It's kind of like what.
Now I'm standing at the mirror, and what I see is just a stranger.
It doesn't have that Suno like that bitey tone that you get with Suno as soon as it starts belting. So let's try this same prompt in Suno. We're gonna go to styles, just type in 1970s Black Soul female singer, and to even make sure that it's female singer, we're gonna go to vocal gender and go to female and hit create. We're not gonna give it any lyrics. Now I want you guys to listen to, again, songwriting skills, sonics, and authenticity to the era. Okay, we're gonna do the same thing in Google, and also we're gonna look at speed. Not that speed is a huge thing, but we're also gonna just judge speed. Now here's version 2 of Treblo, just to see what kind of style they gave us on this one.
Morning light through dusty blinds. I trace the patterns on my hand.
Sounds very real. Now the thing is, this is free. I have no idea how they even have a free version. I would pay for this. It's so good. It's ridiculously good. I would definitely pay for this. They need to have just a consumer pay option, but they run this API service for like developers, but the average person can't pay for this. So I'm like, how are they making money off this? I have no idea. But here's Suno, and here's the 1970s. That windy sound it starts to make, and you hear that resonance in the hi-hats, very harsh.
I was written over.
And there's like a noisy filter over there. It's like like that.
To stand a bed of their own.
I don't know, the sonics, when you compare it left to right, you're like, Whoa, Suno's sonics are way off. All right, so this is version 5.5, by the way, on Suno. Not here to trash Suno. When I heard Treblo, I was like, whoa, they're definitely in the lead. Now Suno, I'm trying to say a lot of things without comparing too many things, but Suno, the difference in Suno is it has Suno Studio. It has more customizable things you could do, whereas Treblo is not as flexible in terms of the customization going on. But do you really need to do that? Like as a music producer who's sampling? Now I can see if you're just typing in a song and you want to customize it all the way to your liking. That might take a while through Treblo, but Suno might be a little easier for people to do that. So again, very resonant. Instruments aren't clear. Very smeary phasing going on. I don't know, this is kind of very trumpets and horns and different things. Or whatever horn that is. All right, so here's Google Flow. Like the lyrics are very cheesy.
Used to buy sweet penny candy. Now a crane sits on the square. Grandma sat on those front porch steps, taught me how to hold my head high.
That didn't even rhyme. What?
Oh, you can knock the walls down, break the bricks into.
Now I'm listening, these vocals aren't as clear as Treblo. But what is impressive about Google, it figured out the sonics of like a real compressor, real gear that we would use to process audio. It definitely has a softer compression sound. It's not like heavy and aggressive. It's more of like a powdery VCA type compressor.
Break it down, break it down. You can build something shiny and new, but you can't erase it.
And what it does well is it does vocal harmonies over top of a lead vocal very, very well in Google. But Google's missing that like real song feeling. It's just giving us kind of like, yeah, it's soul, but it's not the soul that we feel. Like, if that makes sense. It's like that, like I don't know, country soul. I don't know how to explain it. All right, so let's go back to Treblo. So that, in my opinion, Treblo took that dub. Now let's do the next era, 1980s disco funk. And we're going to say song about blow. Let's see if this is going to generate. Okay, now we're going to do the same thing on Suno. Now they're very censored on Suno, so let's see if they even make the song. It's probably going to say, okay, maybe not. All right, now let's go to Google. We have to start a new session because every time I enter a prompt in the same session, it just remixes whatever it generated. Now, I will say in terms of speed, Google seems slower. Treblo gives you a faster start to play. Google doesn't give you a faster start to play, but I think it generates the full song faster than Treblo. But the fact is, on Treblo, you could hit play right now. So it's about the same speed as Suno. And again, we're listening for authenticity, sonics, and lyrics. Let's go. Not the mirror on the table. See how it feels like a real song?
Lines like white Satan.
I'm like shocked at how rich the instruments are coming through. I mean, you hear the difference between the bass and the like synth. That's how crystal clear these instruments are coming through. That's usually where AI music falls apart, is the instrumentation in the background.
Friday night is favorable. And I'm already driving. Feel it in my chest now.
Feel it in my chest now.
Heart is on the drum beat. I'm more and I'm less now. Feet can't find the concrete. Low, low.
Sorry, guys. That was Google. I forgot Google autoplays. That was my bad, y'all. So let me run that back.
The more when I'm
Blow.
down,
Wait, did I miss it? Hold on.
feet can't find the concrete. Blow, blow, blow it all away. Wipe the song of golden train. Blow, blow, blow,
Blow.
until the day nothing left for me to say.
Yo, this is so good that it's making me laugh because of how freaking it's just so good. Why did I not know about this? OMG. All right, let's hear what Suno created. I don't know, this is the vibe right here. But it just feels a little thin though. Okay, where's the lyrics? See how the vocals are very airy and just. So for those who know what I'm saying, it's very resonant, very phase smeary. It's very thin sounding when you compare it side by side. You don't hear it until you compare it. You're like, why does it sound like it's in a metal aluminum can? Sounds like the it's like they're putting their hand over the mouth as soon as they speak. Yeah, it's just too many imbalances in the mix for me to enjoy that one. So Suno definitely took the L on that one. Let's see what Google has. See how it gives you the genre, but it's not that like bright, energetic part of the genre. It's the more laid back part. I can't explain the word I'm looking for, but it's more, it gives you more of a flat emotional experience in Google. It doesn't give you that like, I'm energetic, it's time for no, I'm just playing. But it's just, it gives you that like, I don't know how to explain it. If I had to compare it, it's almost like Google Flow gives you live music performed live, whereas Treblo gives you that studio performance where everything is just exciting. So. I mean, it's cool. It just doesn't have that hit factor. So I'm not saying it's terrible. It's just not the hit factor. Yeah, these strings are pretty cool. Oops, my bad, y'all. My finger slipped.
Keeping precise time when cut clean through the leather seat. I own every single beat. Never look.
I don't know how to explain what I'm saying. Somebody in the comments can probably say it better than me. But that kind of 80s music feels very like the music I wouldn't listen to on the radio. It's more of like the people who recorded in the 80s, but they weren't like the most poppin' person. Whereas Treblo gives you the stuff that you would definitely hear on the radio, no matter where you lived. It's like that is the difference in the songability factor, I guess I'd say. So we did 1970s, 1980s. Now let's do the hardest one, which is 1990s R&B. We're gonna do female singer, and we're gonna do vocal harmonies. All right, so, and then I'm gonna add some like twist in here, key modulation. We're gonna say extended chords, and what else do I want? Slower beat. I don't know, slower beat. All right, so we're gonna copy this into Suno. Now Suno for sure, I could probably tell you guys, it's probably not gonna hit the target. I've never got a 1990s that sounds authentic in Suno, not once. Okay, except for New Jack Swing. Okay, so I don't want to say never, but we'll see. All right, so Treblo already has something going.
The words, the one highest, and I know, yeah. Build it all can hard, where love will be good. You know that I'm on my way. Good
want to hear the hook on this one.
I wouldn't need you to be my heart, and I wouldn't need it more than you. I don't really like when I stand your ways, more than love running through your face. Just for you be excited.
This is crazy, bro.
I'm always waiting, it'll be back. Real time, real time, no time, real time, real time.
Like, bruh, I feel like I'm in a different universe. You hear that doom, ba, doom, doom, doom. Like, listen to the bass, like half steps and the walk ups. Oh, like, are y'all joking? And it took seconds to get this, and it's free. Again, I will pay to get this. Okay, hold on. Google kicked up by itself. Let's see what Google
Folded
did.
up this paper 3 times, put my heart right on the line. Dear baby, it's day 17. I made 2 places like you were next to me. Forgot you were 1,000 miles away. Put your blue shirt back on the tray. It still smells just like your sweet cologne.
Sweet
And
cologne.
this big bed feels way too long. I ain't these words, so you know it's real. Just wanted to write down how I feel. Every single line I write.
See how it gives you that same dun, 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 that it did in the Soul Pocket? Again, I don't know how to explain what I'm trying to say, but it gives you kind of like a genre fit into an architecture of this uniform sound, at least in the soul area. And it's very flat.
Put your blue shirt back on the tray. It still smells just like your sweet cologne.
Feels more authentic than 90s.
It feels way too long. I ain't these words, so you know it's real. Every single line I write is full of love for you tonight. I miss the little things you do. Miss the way you count it down to you.
Now this feels like a song.
I hate sleeping here alone.
So that felt like a song. I don't know what made that feel like a song. I guess like the vocal dynamics of it, instead of saying, I'm missing you today, and I really need to know. It's like, I've been missing you. You know, it hits that belt and it hits that octave. So that one felt like a song. So maybe Google Flow just needs, it's the same issue we had before between Suno, and I forgot what we compared it against back in the day, but Udio, I think it was. Suno had a higher hit factor. And what I mean by that is like every generation, you had a higher chance of something sounding good. So Treblo definitely figured out that formula. I have no idea. It hasn't missed. Actually, I'm wrong. It has missed a couple times, but it hasn't missed that far off from like my target of what I expect. Treblo is like, whoever's behind this thing, they are beasts. Let's see what this other song sounds like. And you know what we should test? You know what I meant to do? Let's do 2000s. Now we're going to take it into range where I haven't even tested. 2000s R&B. We're going to say guitar hammer-ons, extended chords, key modulation. Now, I have no idea if it even knows what I'm giving it. Key modulation and what else? And rhythmic and bouncy. Okay, so let's generate some 2000s and see if it gives it that authentic vibe. This is the era I grew up in. I was born in the 90s, and I mainly grew up, you know, during the 2000s, like when music was at its, not pinnacle, because the 90s was the pinnacle of hip hop, but music was very fun back then, I'll say. All right, so here's 2000s. Sorry. Now, it's not as 2000s as I thought. Probably because I put R&B. I probably shouldn't have put R&B. Whatever.
7 p.m. You're still not here. Got my keys twisting in my palm.
Let me mute Google for now.
Said you'd call around
don't know. It still feels 90s on this one. I'm not feeling the 2000s-ness of it, but probably because I put R&B. That's probably why. So maybe it's like good at the older eras, not the newer ones. I don't know. I haven't tested every genre yet. Skip ahead though.
Said you call around 1:45. Now I'm counting every sound. Maybe I'm reading too much into silence. Maybe you're just running late. But my mind.
What it's giving is like 90s R&B, but with 2000s production. So that's what I hear on that. I want to just try this one more time, just on Treblo, because I know the other sites aren't going to get it accurate. But let's try Suno. This is more 2000s, to be fair, but let's see if it. Now, this is hard. Like, I like the chords on this a lot. That's the R&B turnaround right there. Okay, where's the singer? Like, there's no singer? Okay. Now, say Suno won the song accuracy in terms of authenticity to an era. The sonics on this are not that great, however. So I'm going to regenerate without the R&B keyword into Treblo and see if that was the thing kind of holding it back. Okay, now it went pop rock. That's not what I'm going for. Never mind. All right, so I don't want to confuse our test here. Suno's winning this one only because it generated the right authenticity, but it's losing in terms of sonics. It's almost like when a company's good at marketing, but their product isn't 100%, they still win because they're better at marketing. So it's kind of like that. So basically, Treblo's out the race on this one. Let's hear what Google has.
2 fingers of bourbon on ice. We've been sitting here half the night.
So I will say Google is the most accurate in terms of the 2000s vibe, in terms of R&B, but the lyrics are just so cheesy that it just kind of pulls me out of that era.
Laughing at the little things, catching soft evening light. Now a stranger slides on through, trying to get a taste of you. Orders red wine, pays the tab, taking every shot he had. That's my city standing by, got a little sting inside. You just smile and look at me, let him talk, set me free. He don't know the vibe we got, he don't know you hard tonight. He don't know, that's my seat right by your side.
I don't know. This is tough. This is tough. This is a tough round. I'd say Google Flow nailed the R&B side of the 2000s 100%. It almost lost me in songability until it got to like near the hook when he said something about trying to taste of you or something like that. Whatever he said.
Now a stranger slides on through, trying to get a taste of you.
Trying to get a taste of you. Like that is very, very, very 2000s. So, man, this is tough. Because it's 2 different genres too. I'll say because Suno didn't even give me lyrics really, it just kind of like mushed this vocal in. I don't know. That one's a tie in different ways. It's hard to explain what I'm trying to say, you guys. But I did say R&B, and that is not R&B. So for that reason, authenticity-wise, I'll drop Suno down below Google. Google is more accurate in terms of time period and genre and sound selection. Suno was accurate in terms of the time period, but not the genre of R&B in that time period, if that makes sense, you guys. But the quality was there. It just lacked that sonic. It was way too harsh, and the vocals just sounded like smeary, whereas Google sounded very sonic. So I guess if I had to lean this properly, it would be towards Google on that one. Now, Treblo, let me go back to our Treblo. It wasn't bad. It just wasn't the right time period. This feels more like 90s. Probably because it's also neo soul. Again, we're comparing like 3 different genres here, so it's all that feels very 90s, that like cinematic type of sound. And I think we'll wrap the video here, but guys, overall Treblo is just insanity. Like, I cannot believe I almost slept on Treblo just because of the name. All right, guys, so share this with a friend. This is literally the beast in AI music. Peace, guys.